Hi guys, today I want to talk about self-care during the holidays. During the holiday season, it is often the most wonderful time of the year for some people. For other people, it can be extremely stressful. You're dealing with budgeting, you're dealing with family losses, maybe you're dealing with isolation or feeling lonely. But dealing with difficult emotions during this time is exceptionally difficult. And so I want to talk about strategies that you can implement to be sure to take care of yourself during this holiday season. So the first strategy is to go social media light. What I mean by that is to take a small break or a fast from social media, or maybe even minimize your usage. When you log onto social media, you're going to see a ton of things on there. You're going to see people posting about their families, posting about their gifts, posting about their travel experiences or different things that they're doing. And so it can be challenging when you're struggling with money to see someone travel. It can be challenging if you've just recently gone through a divorce to see someone who's gotten engaged or happily married. It can be struggling if it can be hard if you're struggling with infertility and you see someone post their new baby or pictures of their kid's first Christmas. This can be a difficult time, and social media is already a comparison trap. It's tempting to compare yourself on social media to other people's highlight reels. And so during this time, it makes it even more difficult. And so I challenge you to take a small break. That may be taking a break a week before Christmas and a week after. That may be extreme for some people. So you can choose to just take a break on Christmas Day. You can choose to take a break the day before and the day after. You can choose to let it be an hour or so at the time. Whatever it is, I would go lighter on your usage of social media during this time. The next thing that I would suggest for you is to create a schedule and find something you enjoy. A lot of people go into the holidays kind of accidentally, right? They don't really know what things are going to happen, what's coming next, what to expect. And for people that are introverts or like to be alone or gain energy from being alone, it can be really draining to go through the holidays and have so many expectations of what you're supposed to do. Staff parties and family parties and breakfast at grandma's and dinner at dad's. And there can be so many things that can overwhelm you. And so my suggestion is to create a schedule that you would like to stick to so that you can stick to it and you have to hold yourself accountable to it. In the same way that we would schedule doctor's appointments or work meetings and things like that, we should schedule our Christmas plans. This also includes things that you do on a day-to-day basis. Typically during this holiday season, it's easy to fall short on the things that you enjoy doing. Working out or getting a massage or getting your nails done. You may forget about those things because other things get in the way. Family's in town or you're focused on shopping. And so a lot of people leave the holiday season feeling really discombobulated, like life is all over the place and they're like, what have I done? And so my challenge to you is to create a schedule that you can stick to. So if you typically work out 3 days a week, figure out what 3 days a week you can work out to during this holiday season. If you typically get a massage on Fridays, stick to that massage until your work event that you may be late to the party or that you can't make it because you have another commitment. I'd like to also say it's okay to say no during the holiday season. If there are too many things vying for your time and attention and it becomes overwhelming, it's okay to say no and allow yourself to prioritize the things that you need to do. For those that are struggling with the money, my suggestion to you is to create a budget and stick to it. This is why it's also important not to compare on social media. I think about how many of my clients get on social media and they see their friend buying their kid a new MacBook or a new hoverboard or a new iPhone or any new toy that's really expensive. And then they beat themselves up that they only bought an LOL doll and an American Doll and a Power Ranger, right? And so they're struggling with comparing as well. What kind of parent am I that I can't afford to do this? Or what kind of parent am I if I don't go into debt to pay for my children's Christmas? And the truth is, society reinforces this idea that we must go into debt to make our children happy for this one day. And this is where a lot of people crumble under the pressure. Don't do that to yourself. Create a budget for what you'd like to spend for your spouse, your children, any other family, friends, and stick to it. Don't allow yourself to go above and beyond, and don't allow special deals to trick you into thinking that somehow your kids need this or your spouse needs this or your friends need this, and then allow you to step outside of that budget. Along with that budget, narrow down who it is that you are going to be buying gifts for. I know when I used to work in education, it was really tempting for people to decide that everyone in the building needed to have a gift. And so as a counselor, and I would try to get a gift for 80 plus teachers, that became really overwhelming, especially as a single mother. And so my challenge to you is not to feel the need or pressure to buy everyone a gift. There are a lot of different ways that you can go about it. So one of the things that I did was very creative is I would buy pencils. And so they were little small pencils, but I was able to, put that with a nice card. Or I'd buy mugs at the dollar store. So I was able to craft ideas that were more within my budget. And I also would like to say that you can just say that you can't afford it. That's okay. Christmas is a difficult time. Do not push yourself beyond what you are capable of to impress other people. The next strategy to get through the holidays without the stress is to feel your feelings. Don't eat or drink your feelings. So a lot of times when we go through the holiday season, it can be difficult. You're at a family event and family's kind of toxic or drama filled. And so you just drink the entire time. Or you constantly are seeing cookies around you. And so you're eating every cookie in sight because it's there and it's convenient. This is where a lot of people start to feel off because naturally our body is responding to what we're feeding it. And so if you're feeding your body cookies and, beer and wine the entire holiday season, you're going to pick up weight. You're going to feel less energetic. You're going to feel exhausted. You may notice shifts in the way your clothes are fitting you. And so when the holiday season is over, you're dealing with guilt, trying to fix what you broke during the holiday season. So allow yourself time to enjoy it, to eat things that you really like to eat and to drink things that you enjoy drinking, but don't do it to the cost of where it's going to allow you to feel guilty. Do what your future self would thank you for. And so if you know that you really love your aunt's macaroni and cheese and your grandma's ham, eat your grandma's ham and your aunt's macaroni and cheese, but also remember that maybe you don't need that glass of wine, or maybe you don't need to eat it for leftovers for the next week. Or maybe the day before that, you limit the amount of cookies at the staff party. Whatever it is, make sure that you are not feeding into your feelings, those difficult emotions, by food and drinking. Take time to really process those difficult emotions so that you're going into the holiday and not struggling with wondering how you're going to be able to make it and covering up with food and alcohol and things like that. The last step that I would like to share with you is to give yourself the present of being present. So many times through life, things get really busy and we get overwhelmed with all of the responsibilities and things vying for our attention. And so it's difficult to allow yourself to be present. You want to do all these things, you want to be pulled, you're getting pulled in all these different directions, and you feel like you must give your attention to that. And I'm here to challenge that notion that you don't need to. I'd like to challenge you to do something different that you haven't done. And that is allow yourself to be present in the moment. Allow yourself to enjoy your children opening gifts instead of being so wrapped up into taking the picture perfectly and making them turn around and smile perfectly. Allow them to really enjoy that moment and enjoy the moment for what it is and then see the joy that can really come with the holiday season. Choose to be intentional about the moment. Focus on what you're feeling and let yourself think about that feeling for a long time, right? Christmas comes once a year and your kids are only little for so long and your grandparents are only around for so long. And so these are moments that you don't get back. And if you rush through the moment and you try to go through the day, go, you're going to miss a lot of the blessings that are there. And so I challenge you to really take in and enjoy that moment. Find out what you're paying attention to. Listen with your ears, see with your eyes, taste with your, use your senses so that you can allow yourself to be present and mindful in the moment that you have. And that'll be a memory that'll last much longer than the pictures or than the stories that come after it. So I know that the holiday season is tough. I recognize that, and that's one of the reasons that I chose to do this video, because while everyone else is finding so much joy and happiness, I know that some people aren't feeling that way. In fact, some people actually have an increase in the amount of depression and anxiety they have. And so my challenge to you today is to step forward deciding what tip and strategy you can implement. A lot of people listen to videos or listen to audios or listen to podcasts or read a book, and they get the information and then they walk away. That does you no good. I challenge you to not get the information and walk away, but to instead take in the information, receive the information, and most importantly, apply it. What step can you apply today going forward? Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and sharing is caring. So share it with someone who you know could be blessed by this video. And until next time, I will chat with you guys later. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and goodbye.